We haven't got an elevator, we got a lift. Platform. Shut up. Jesus. You know what I meant.
So I started my journey from Stevenage, and from there I went to King's Cross, and from King's Cross I went to Euston. From Euston it takes about 3 hours to get to Oxenholme, and then from Oxenholme it takes about a few minutes to Windermere. And we got to the guest house. There were those brochures, and since we didn't have any definite plans, we just grabbed some and kind of just winged it.
We are on our way to rent a boat.
Our first order of business was to grab one of these boats and sail out onto the lake. We thought that it would be smart to have someone who has never driven anything in her life to drive first.
Right, so boats. They're nice, they're easy to drive, you don't need a license. So we're on our way back, and it's about an hour of driving. There's 30 minutes going there and 30 minutes going back.
And of course, right after we have some post-sailing ice cream. I made a friend, not by choice, the swan chooses you. This town is full of dogs living their best lives. And we take a tour bus down to Ambleside to take in the view. And what a view that was. That is hunger personified. We found a little Italian place in the town center, and then we had to walk back because the bus took forever.
Wake up! Wake up!
Now we were hiking up a waterfall, so the priority was to eat first because we didn't want to die in the middle of a waterfall. We went to this place called Homegrown Coffee, and they had other stuff, like sweet stuff, but we wanted something more savory.
So we're about to start an hour journey to Ira Force, which is the waterfalls for every Power Ranger there is.
I spent an hour trying to pet that dog. And here we are. My dumb ass thought that it was only 100 yards to the waterfall.
We're going up to Ira Force!
I was very wrong.
We're halfway through our journey to Ira Force, but we had to stop by because, you know, the gram. It's beautiful here!
I'd like to introduce you all to my arch nemesis, the Steps. He is located everywhere in this world, and I hate him so much, with all of my heart.
I love nature. Love it.
And this is Aria Force. I'm not entirely sure why they call the waterfalls here Force, because we've seen other forces in this town. But yeah.
We just came down from Ira Force. It really sounds like a Power Rangers series. I'm not even joking. It's the British version of the Power Rangers.
Ira Force.
Ira Force. What do they have? What do they use for their powers? They have like the the underground tubes. Those are their machines, and then they rise up from the ground and they form into like this robot that fights evil.
And then it was time for bed.
Now if you need me, call me. No matter where you are, no matter how far. Don't worry, baby.
Now, getting to Tarnhouse wasn't really so bad. I feel like it was because we didn't have a car and the bus stop was really far away. But we got there, and it was one of the most relaxing things I could have ever done, just looking at that view.
So, me and my wayward friends have found ourselves in Tyne House. I don't know if that's how you say it, but it sounds right. So we're gonna go with it, and it is absolutely beautiful here. Pro tip!
It's no longer cold.
You see, when alcoholics really need their fix, they find ways.
I know what you are.
Say it.
It helps to know that all three of us are camera oriented, so whenever someone needs a picture, it's always nice that we know our angles. It was here that I started to regret this hike. As you can see from my face and the visible shortness of breath, it's just regret.
So we wanted to see the lake from a professionally driven boat, not ones that were driven by us, and we're riding that one right there.
This is one of the steamboats that depart from Ambleside, and it either stops in Bowness or it goes straight to the lake side. And then here you see the captain. And then the captain was just giving us a few announcements for safety. This is where we were sailing the first day, and now we are back. Full circle.
The worst part.
The last day was filled with just the most random things. We decided to do an escape room after breakfast.
We're about to start an escape room. He's locking us into this cage. I'm one of those useless team members on the group.
And then 10 times 220 divided.
And now for the pivotal moment. That scene in all of the movies where you cut a wire and you might blow up or not blow up. Who knows?
Hey! Really not a fan of this vehicle-less situation.
So just a few more hours and we are home. Join me again next time on The Tea.